Welcome back to day 2 of the 2019 Twin Cities Film Fest, and happy 10th anniversary to everybody that is near us here on the red carpet. Thank you to our sponsor, Ballard Spar, and we have been talking to so many amazing filmmakers and actors and performers today, and this is no exception. Now, I want to give a little hint. We are about to talk about this next film, but I do have to add a fun fact in that this particular film was the first film to sell out for this year's Twin Cities Film Festival. So round of applause. And that film is the amazing film Max Bishop. We have the director, Jack Beranek, so give it up for Jack. Now, Jack, I feel honored that you are joining us here on our Ballard Spar Twin Cities Film Fest red carpet, because I've seen some of your other interviews that you've done with some media organizations, and you are like the prince of going out and promoting Max Bishop. So well done. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You did a fantastic job. So we need to, before we bring up some of your principal actors, we want them all, of course, give everybody a little taste of what Max Bishop is about and why you decided to make it.
Max Bishop is a dark comedy about an unemployed hitman who becomes a janitor at the local elementary school. And
as a parent, I'm already frightened.
Main reason for making this, we wanted to make a film, and we shot this in my hometown of New Ulm, Minnesota, and we couldn't have done it any other way. We just had a fantastic group of people behind us, and that's why we made it.
Yay. And Jack, I love all of the ancillary stories that came out of while you were filming it. Like, I know some of the people that were working on your crew said that you guys were all bunked up at your parents' house.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah. And Mother Trudy Beranek, the best craft services ever. So,
thank you, Trudy.
Yes, it was definitely a family environment. Yep.
Well, I mean, you really don't always hear that. Like, it used to be, okay, it's a family affair, or we become a family as we create a film, but that definitely seems to have happened with Max Bishop.
Definitely, and I mean, when you've got your crew, you're shooting your film during the day, and then you come back for sandwiches at home, and you're living under the same 2 roofs, you're watching dailies together, there's nothing else like it.
You know what I think is normally as a parent, we want our kids to leave the roost and not come back, but your family was like, feel free, move in with all of your film friends.
Yep, they were understanding in more ways than one, yes.
So when we're talking about Max Bishop, you actually had a very interesting methodology with the filming and how you were shooting everything, right?
Yep, we shot a lot of long shot, wide shot, long takes, a lot of films. It's shot, reverse shot with close-ups. We definitely have some of that, but our amazing crew just really humored me with these wide shots that just go on and on and on, and we're really excited to see how people react to that.
And it sounds like you had some very historic influences as you were trying to decide how you're going to film things, right?
Yep, the great French filmmaker Jacques Tati with Playtime, Les Samurai by Jean-Pierre Melville, just a whole plethora of influences, yeah.
And I also liked your strategy. Like, there's a reason why Max Bishop is sold out here tonight at the Twin Cities Film Fest. I mean, you've done a great job promoting this film as well.
Thank you. Yeah, if there's one thing I've been learning, we're only at the 50-yard line. There's still a lot of work ahead of you after you finish the film, so there's just so much more we can be doing.
Well, we do have a lot of your Max Bishop family here, but in particular, we do want to make sure that we showcase 2 of your stars, right? So can we bring them in? So I'll let you do it. Yes, a round of applause. So, Jack, if you want, you can go ahead and introduce our 2 new friends.
For sure. So this is Chris Charay right here, and he plays Max Bishop himself. Then we have the great Iris Seifert over here, who played Lucy in the film.
Iris, everybody can't tell, but you are giving me such shoe envy right now. I can barely even handle it. I am very impressed. So thank you very much for joining us. And so, Chris, you've done a ton of films. You've done all kinds of work, and then you end up being Max Bishop. And you've been talking about this for over a year. So what was your experience being in this film?
There's so much. That's a multi-level question, but it was just an amazing, once-in-a-lifetime experience. I am so honored that Jack trusted me with his baby. I'm very, very thankful.
And Iris, what did you think? Had you done other films of this length before?
I've just done a couple. I'm very kind of new. I'm not as professional as Chris, and I was just very honored to be a part of this because it was so great. Everyone was just really a family.
Well, when you go back and you tell people what your experience was with being on this film, so what is the biggest thing you take away from it, Iris?
Really the people that I'm now connected with. It's lovely to be a part of this family.
Oh my gosh, she used the word lovely. I can't breathe. Is that okay, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much, Iris. And Chris, I know that you were working on other things, and you're like, but I'm going to stop a lot of stuff and I'm start doing Max Bishop. Was it worth it?
Oh, by far, yes. Max Bishop, actually, I had taken a break from from acting because I had a son. And so Max Bishop was actually the first project that I jumped into. Jack asked me to take a look at the script, and he convinced me, and I decided that this was the one to start getting back into the acting world again.
Well, when you're saying that he convinced you, like Jack, when you were going, okay, I need to create this family so that Max Bishop can fully form, how are you going, okay, how do I get everybody on board? What am I using to encourage them to be part of this film?
A lot of begging, a lot of pleading, and just trying to convince some of these actors that they really were right for the part. There's a lot of physical comedy in the character of Max, and I just knew that Chris could do it. Even if I had never seen him do anything like that in a film before, I knew he could do it. Yeah.
And Chris, did you have fun?
Oh, I had a blast.
Iris, what do you think?
I definitely had a lot of fun.
So Iris, are you working on anything else yet, or you kind of decide what you're going to do? You taking a little break?
Nothing new. I'm not necessarily taking a break. Just, yeah, it's very fun acting and stuff. I'm just kind of going with the groove.
I like that answer. And Chris, what about you?
I have a few things that I'm taking a look at, but there's a lot of work to do with Max Bishop, and Jack and I work very closely together. So there's some things, but nothing that I'm committed to at this point.
And I know eventually we'll have lots of people that are going to go and follow you on Instagram, but I think we can already follow you, right, Chris? So where do we find you?
At Chris Charay.
And now, of course, Jack, we have a lot of people who are growing in fandom for Max Bishop, but we want more, right, everybody? So we need to tell everybody and get more eyes on Max Bishop, so how do we find you?
Sure. So we're on all the social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and our handles are always the same, Max Bishop Movie. And then our website, maxbishopmovie.com, will be live very shortly.
Well, we definitely appreciate you bringing your Max Bishop family and your true family out to our film festival. And thank you for being part of this, because I know you had lots of choices on where you could take Max Bishop, so we are glad that it's part of our film festival. So thank you, guys.
We are honored to be here at Twin Cities Film Fest.
So everybody enjoy the film. Make sure you go look for Max Bishop in your neighborhood. And thank you for being part of the 2019 Twin Cities Film Fest. We'll be back soon here on the Ballard Spar Red Carpet. Thank you, guys. Here you go.